Hello, and welcome back to the Zen Garden channel. Today, we have the continuation of our Haworthia collection video. The first video we explore 5 types, and today we have another 5. Hopefully 5 each time we will eventually cover all of them. But before we continue, let's identify our previous mystery plant. This little plant is a Faucaria gratiae. Also known as Faucaria huli, is a small, clump-forming succulent with a very short stem and erect to spreading leaves with irregularly toothed margins. The leaves are shiny green to reddish or purplish, with many rough white dots along the surfaces, and have whitish margins and keel. Let's dive in and get to know a few more Haworthias. Number 5. Paper rose, scientific name is Haworthia Arachnoidea. Paper rose is a small Haworthia that grows in a dense rosette and has long, narrow leaves that come to a point at the tips. The edges of the leaves are covered in translucent hair-like spines, giving the plant the fuzzy appearance of many of its cousins. The leaves themselves are without translucent tips, unlike some other Haworthia species. The rosettes dry and contract in the arid summers. It is sometimes confused with the widespread Haworthia decipiens. However, H. decipiens has shorter, flatter, wider leaves, a lighter color, translucent leaf tips, larger and sparser bristles, which are mainly only on the leaf margins, and only a very weak leaf keel. In summer, this species sports small white flowers, similar to other species. After the flowers fall, paper rose closes up, pulling its leaves together at the top. This begins the plant's dormant period, so watering should be done sparingly. Number 4. Horse's teeth, scientific name is Haworthia truncata. It is a small plant, being approximately 2 centimeters high by 10 centimeters wide. This species is easily recognizable by its leaves, which have a nearly rectangular cross-section and are arranged in 2 opposite rows. The truncated tip gives the impression of having been cut, hence the specific epithet truncata, and is translucent, allowing light to enter for photosynthesis, resembling the species Lithops, Fenestraria, and Haworthia cymbiformis that also work this way. A simple way to determine whether this plant is getting the right amount of sunlight is the color of the leaves. If stressed by too much sun, the leaves will blush and ultimately turn yellow or white. Protection from the hot midday sun is what this plant likes. It produces long flower stalks with white blooms in late springtime. If you enjoy our content, hit that subscribe button and you will get notified every time we post a new video. Number 3. Moonshadow, the scientific name is Haworthia Bayeri. This species is most sought after for its uniquely patterned leaves. The leaves are flattened on top and have a similar translucence to the coarctata. Moonshadow is one of the more cold-tolerant species of Haworthia. It also prefers less light than many other species. It is a midsummer bloomer that produces tall flower spikes with white flowers. The upper leaf faces are semi-translucent with a deeper green color and touch of red to the tips, which intensifies in direct sunlight. The leaves also have a white veining pattern, adding another level of depth. It can be distinguished from its Haworthia relatives by its rounded leaf tips and its dark color. Rosettes are usually solitary, as the plant rarely forms offsets. It's a very attractive and desirable variety by Haworthia fans. If you think this is useful information so far, leave a like. Number 2. Robust Haworthia, the scientific name is Haworthiopsis viscosa, formerly known as Haworthia viscosa. Haworthiopsis viscosa typically grows its sharp, succulent leaves in 3 tiers or columns. The pointed leaves are scabrous and packed densely along its stems. The plant offsets from its base and can eventually form large clumps. In the wild, it often shows damage from grazing animals, as it is a common food source. In their natural habitat, they typically grow in very well-drained sandy soil, either in full sun or under a bush or rocky crevice, which serves as partial protection from the sun. The flowers appear from October to November, rather than summer like most other species. Viscosa is a unique and interesting Haworthia with its triangular leaves and tendency to grow taller over time rather than remaining short and spreading widthwise. The leaves are olive green with a reddish-brown tint. From the side, they appear to be neatly stacked one upon another. From the top, the rosette formation is apparent, but the shape is triangular rather than rounded. Robust Haworthia likes full sun and shows off a beautiful, intensified coloration. Number 1. Star Cactus. The scientific name is Haworthia Retusa. Star Cactus is a flowering succulent plant that forms star-shaped rosettes with its fleshy and pointed leaves that are short and flattened out on the top, hence the common name. Haworthia Retusa is translucent, similar to coarctata. The leaves are somewhat delicate, but they are very pretty and unique. When in full sun, the blushing begins at the outer edges and gives a rainbow effect to the entire plant. It can be, however, quite tolerant to low light conditions. Retusa can grow quite tall compared to other species and produces white flowers in midsummer. Haworthia tend to have erect or creeping stems from a thick woody rootstock and often form small to large groups of plants. In the wild, these plants grow in very harsh conditions and are commonly found buried in sand. For us gardeners, they are easy to grow, preferring a well-draining soil mix. Star cactus is not cold tolerant and will not survive a freeze. It is often grown under glass. That's it for Haworthias at the moment, guys, but be sure to comment below if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, do consider subscribing our channel for more. Before we go, let's check out a new mystery plant. Can you guess it this time? Drop your suggestions in the comments below and stay tuned for the reveal on the next video. See you soon!